Here is your deeply emotional, cinematic, long paragraph story, written exactly in the style you asked for. With viewer engagement prompts placed exactly where required. Billionaire Lady said, "The couple with the longest kiss wins." Single dad asked, "Do you want to try it?" The lights of the charity gala glittered like stars trapped inside crystal chandeliers, but none of it could hide the single moment that froze the entire hall. It happened when the billionaire lady, known for her cold elegance and untouchable aura, stepped onto the stage, lifted a glass of champagne, and announced a game no one saw coming. She said, with a confident half-smile, "The couple with the longest kiss wins." Gasps rippled through the audience, laughter erupted from corners, and the world seemed to lean forward. But the real shock wasn't her announcement, it was when a single dad, standing near the edge of the hall with his sleeves rolled and heartbreak tucked inside his eyes, turned toward her and quietly asked, "Do you want to try it?" The hall didn't go silent. His heart did. If you believe every story hides a lesson, like, comment, share, and subscribe to Humanity Stories. The billionaire lady had seen crowds bend around her wealth, but no moment had ever struck her like that one unexpected, sincere question. He wasn't joking. He wasn't trying to impress her. He wasn't even supposed to be here. He was only working part-time backstage, hired to help with lighting and decor, doing anything he could to earn enough for his little daughter's school fees. Yet when their eyes met, something inside her paused, as if the echo of his question carried a truth she hadn't felt in years. For a heartbeat, she forgot the people watching, forgot the expectations pinned to her name, and forgot the mask she had carefully built over a lifetime of loneliness disguised as power. She remembered the first time she saw him earlier that evening, standing alone, fixing a flickering spotlight, his hands steady, his expression tired but gentle. She had noticed the worn wedding ring still hanging from a thin chain around his neck and figured he was one of those men who carried love even after losing it. Now, close enough to see the quiet ache behind his steady eyes, she felt her body react before her mind did. For once, her carefully controlled breathing faltered. He didn't know why he said it. The words slipped out of him with the force of something long buried, a need to feel something alive again, something human. He hadn't touched anyone since the accident that took his wife 2 years ago. His life had shrunk to routines, school lunches, late-night shifts, bills piled like unanswered letters. But something about the billionaire lady's solitude mirrored his own. She wore her loneliness differently, dressed in diamonds and silk, but it was loneliness all the same. When she announced the kissing game, it felt like a cruel reminder that love existed for others, not for him. Yet when her eyes brushed his, he wondered if she felt that too. The crowd watched like they were witnessing a social scandal unfold in slow motion. No one dared whisper. Everyone waited. But she didn't look away. Instead, she stepped closer, and the lights softened around them as if the entire hall surrendered to the moment. She didn't answer with words. She simply lifted her hand and rested it against his chest, one tiny, trembling touch that said more than yes, more than maybe. It said she needed this as much as he did. They leaned in. The kiss wasn't wild or showy. It was slow, fragile, full of unspoken stories. His lips tasted like quiet promises and grief he never allowed himself to feel. Hers tasted like a lifetime of emotional coldness melting for the first time. Somewhere in the background, people started whispering, phones lifted to record, judges looked confused, but none of it belonged to them. They kissed like two people rediscovering breath, rediscovering warmth, rediscovering the terrifying hope that maybe life had more to give. Seconds stretched into minutes, but it wasn't about winning anymore. He held her like he was afraid she would disappear. She kissed him like she finally found a place where she didn't have to pretend she was unbreakable. And when they finally parted, their foreheads resting together, both were breathing like they had just surfaced from deep water. The audience erupted, some cheering, some shocked, some whispering about scandals and headlines. But she didn't care. For the first time in years, she didn't care about anything except the man in front of her. She whispered, almost afraid of her own voice, that she hadn't felt something real in a very long time. He swallowed hard, admitting he didn't think he could feel anything at all again. What no one knew was that both of them had spent years building walls so high that hearts were never supposed to cross. But sometimes, the universe uses the strangest moments, a charity gala, a game, a spontaneous kiss, to remind two broken souls that they're still alive, still capable of connection, still deserving of something gentle. As the host declared them winners, neither of them reached for the prize. Instead, she asked if he would walk with her outside, away from flashing cameras and expectant eyes. And under the quiet night sky, two people who lived in different worlds found a fragile middle ground made of courage and vulnerability. She told him she wanted to know him, not his pain, not his past, just him. And for the first time since losing everything, he felt the faint, frightening warmth of possibility. If this story touched your heart even a little, like, comment, share, and subscribe to Humanity Stories. Your support helps these emotional stories reach those who need them most. Before we end, tell me in the comments, do you believe broken people can help heal each other? And somewhere between a broken father and a lonely billionaire, a single question had changed everything, not because of the kiss, but because of the courage it took to ask it.